Please support our local first responders and veterans and active duty members of the military. Without them, we can't do what we do here. Hello friends, welcome back to the Blind Model Builder. My name is Rod and I'm the Blind Model Builder. Today is Friday, July 3rd, so of course we are wearing our Wear Red Friday to support those serving abroad. Make sure that you send out all your love, all your prayers and thoughts to our service members and their families. They both serve in different ways. But I am going to get to the video right after a short intro by my sponsor. So we'll be right back with you. For all your airbrush and acrylic paint needs, please visit Gaahleri and use my discount code to save an extra 10% off your order. Now today I'm doing something a little bit different. This will be the first time I've actually done a paint test that's gone several days. I actually started this test early in the week. I am working on the beetle for my granddaughter, and we want to do that in a pink. So I had all these different pinks. I thought, I had better start shooting some paint. Let's see what color my wife agrees with or my wife chooses, because the wife's choice is the one that matters. So with that, I'm going to get the camera turned around. And, well, actually, with that, we're going to go right into some of the painting. And after that, we will show you the results. Well, we're back. First thing I wanted to share with you guys are the spoons that I sprayed with the Kaleido primer, which is this one right, Kaleido White, which is right here. And the Hobby Lobby Gray, which is right here. If you noticed, they're both white. I'm not sure if that Hobby Lobby would spray out differently over a black spoon, but I do not happen to have one of those with me. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to be testing 3 paints. The Hobby Lobby Iridescent Pink, which I have mixed up right over here. Right there. Hopefully it's enough. If I need to, I can mix up more. And I'll be testing the Hobby Lobby regular pink. And I'm going to test that against the Kaleido ready to use pink. So let me go ahead and get the camera turned and we will get started with this test. Okay, as you can see, I'm ready to go. We have our spoons that will be the different primers, and these are going to be sprayed with the Hobby Lobby Iridescent Pink. They're going to be off to this side. These are going to be the different color spoons. We're going to use Kaleido Pink on these. We'll put those off to the side as well. We want to keep them separated as much as possible. And then these are going to be the regular Hobby Lobby pinks. The one thing I wanted to show you is this is a spoon that I primed probably 2 weeks ago. This is the Hobby Lobby primer. This may have been a defect of mine, but if you look, it did mark up a little bit, which kind of surprised me. I mean, it could have been in the drying, I nicked it or something, but you look at the finishes from the Hobby Lobby to the Kaleido primer. That Kaleido primer is shiny. The Hobby Lobby is more of a flat black, like you'd get with a what would you call it? A Rust-Oleum primer. But we are going to start with the Hobby Lobby pink. What I've done here is I've taken the paint, mixed it 50-50 with paint to thinner, and I added 2 drops of the flow remover. We are going to be doing this with my Seeker. This is the let me get this off. This is the Gaahleri Seeker airbrush. So this should all, I'm not going to go through have you guys watch the whole thing, but I'll kind of show you what I'm doing as far as when I'm spraying and testing for spoons. Like I say, we're going to start with the pink. We'll just add what we need into it, and we'll grab the proper spoon. Here. You know what, I'm going to put a glove on first, only because I really don't want pink hands. And this is the first time using this Seeker airbrush, so we're all going to kind of figure out if I like it or not. I mean, I've heard really good things about it. We will see. I'm going to move these spoons out of the way. Move this out of the way. And here we go. And I'm shooting at about 18-20 PSI, right in that area. Nice light coat at first. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. That one was over the Hobby Lobby black primer. This is over the Kaleido white primer. And if you guys have watched Joe over there at Big Sky Model Workshop, you know that he commented that this was very pigment heavy paint, and I have to agree with him. It is very pigment heavy. And then over the Kaleido black primer. It. Go back. It covers well. This brush is comfortable to use, I will give it that. I honestly thought this pink would come out a bit darker. If you look at what's in the, if you look at the jar and then how it's mixed up. Maybe it just needs more coats. Alright, we're going to put that over here to dry. We're going to go in with the third coat, which is going to be more of a heavy coat. And I actually learned that technique from Barbatos Rex. If you guys need any tutorials on airbrushing, painting, definitely check Barbatos Rex out. Also check out Papa's Model Workshop. And as I said, Joe over at Big Sky did a pretty good tutorial on it. But yeah, that final coat, you want to be a heavy one. And there you have it. We will come back at the end and I'll show you how all of these different paints matched up and how they actually look, because we are now heading to our second color. So we'll catch you guys back just like that. All right, guys, I thought I'd show you a real quick difference. You saw that with the Kaleido paints, had to mix them up, add thinner to it. That was with the... Okay. As you saw with the Hobby Lobby paints, they had to be mixed at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now I'm going to use the Kaleido paint, and I am going to add a little bit of air, a little bit of this flow medium to it, probably just a drop or so. But with this, it's just put in what you think you're going to need. Clean the top of the tip and come back and clean a little bit later, a little bit better later. Now we're going to take our flow medium, which is right here, and I'm actually, the one thing I will say is this cap for the flow medium is not the most pleasant to use, and I almost took a bath in paint. Yay! Let's go like that. Add a couple of drops to it. Put it back in, set it aside. And there are two ways to mix it in the cup. One method is you could just back flush it like so, which it does work. That's probably what I'm going to do because this paint is rather thin. And let's take, don't need that to be pink. Put that back over there. That goes there. Now, organization is not my strong point. We'll see how this stuff sprays. Yeah, let me see. I may not need the... And just like so. When I show you the results of this, the iridescent pink, I'm going to have to do a separate test with that. I think I'm going to have to shoot a silver spoon. But just like that. I'm going to go ahead and add my last couple of coats with Kaleido paint. Turn my fan back on because as you see it's getting kind of fuzzy in here. So we will catch you in a little bit when I'm done with that and it comes out of the dehydrator. I thought since we were doing a performance review on the Gaahleri Seeker, I would kind of show you how it compares to the Gaahleri GH-AD39. I'm not sure if they're supposed to compete with one another, but I thought I'd show it anyway. It's a question I've had, and maybe some of you have had it as well. What I actually have, and honestly, this isn't going to be an actual apple-to-apple type of a comparison. Previously, I have shot the with the Seeker. I've shot the Kaleido paint. I have shot the Hobby Lobby brand airbrush paint. I ran those colors through, showed them to my wife. She has a couple that she likes, but she wants me to try something else. You know, this is for that VW bug. So what I have is, I believe this is, I don't even know what brand this is. I think might be a folk art. It's a shimmer, pink shimmer paint. It is a craft paint. What I've done is I also want to see if the craft paint can be thinned with the Hobby Lobby airbrush thinner. And word to the wise, do not mix up the airbrush thinner and the airbrush cleaner. You will not like the results. Ask me how I know. You don't want to do it. It's not a pretty look. But we'll swing over to the paint booth. We'll get this going. I have it set at 20 psi. This is a 0.3 needle. So we are doing an exact, as far as, you know, needle size between the two brushes. I'll tell you right off that the Seeker feels a lot more comfortable in the hand with these cutouts. I mean, that makes this airbrush very comfortable to use. This airbrush with the cutout back here, I don't know if it really changes the weight at all, but it does make it a little bit easier to tell that, oh, the needle's moving and things are doing what they're supposed to do. What I'm gonna do, I have the craft paint here, it's thinned out. I am going to be spraying it over, whoop, that is way too much. I'm going to be spraying it over unfortunately, I ran out of spoons, so I had to repurpose a spoon. I used the Kaleido white primer over a black. Came out gray, so we're going to be shooting the pink over gray. I'm also going to try and shoot that pink shimmer over a Kaleido pink over black. My wife didn't much care for this. She thought it was too dark, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and shoot those two. I'm guessing this is going to take 3 to 5 coats. I'll just show you how the performance goes. Let's swing over there. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. I got to turn the fan on, so it's going to get a little loud. Sorry about that. Here we go. I can tell you straight off, I like the trigger on the Seeker better as far as the trigger feel. That trigger feels a little bit more engaging than this one does. That is definitely a lot more comfortable in the hand. And I'll be honest with you, I have a love-hate relationship with this airbrush. I've had to take this, tear it down and clean it and this trigger's fallen out, and there's this little piece down in there that I fought with. I actually had to have my son come over and, well, actually I sent the airbrush home with him and had him take and do what needed to be done to it. But it sprays, it's got a very nice spray to it. I'm not going to complain about that at all. This paint may be a little bit thin. And if you watch Barbatos Rex, basically acrylic paints, you can never thin them out too much. That just means you have to add more coats. There we go. And I know I've been asked questions, why do I have so many airbrushes? Well, if you watch channels like Big Sky Model Workshop, he runs, depending on the type of paint he runs, will determine what airbrush he uses. He has an airbrush that is dedicated to a certain paint, and that's just what he shoots through that brush. And the more I do airbrushing, the more I'm starting to think that is probably the way to go. And if you watch One Team Garage, he has one airbrush he uses just for clear coats. Actually, Papa's Model Workshop, I think he does pretty much the same thing. Now this is after about 4 coats. I have to run it through the dehydrator. I'm curious to see how this stuff plays with the Kaleido paint. It's actually not too bad. It's got a nice coat. It's got a nice shine to it. And put that over. That one might be all right. Over the white, it definitely has a little bit more of an issue. Let's try this over a silver real quick, see what we got. I have a silver spoon here. Actually, I think I like it a whole lot better over the silver. And if you wonder what I'm doing right now, I'm blowing just air through. These are double action airbrushes, which means if you push just straight down, all you get is air. I do not have any single action brushes. I don't think I really want a single action brush, to be honest with you. I've gotten too used to the double action. And I like the way I just like the way that they work. And I learned how to airbrush with the double action, and it's kind of the way I'm going to stick with. Yeah, I like that a whole lot better over the silver than over the white. Whoop, out of paint. If you wonder the consistency of my paint, it's much like milk, skim milk at that. Let me back flush this. I think I'm getting a little bit of tip dry out of it. And again, and I've showed you this in the past, I keep a old t-shirt hanging from my bench underneath my paint booth, and it's for things like this. I got a little bit of paint or tip dry, just like that. No more tip dry, I hope. But mixing this, like I say, I use the airbrush, the Hobby Lobby airbrush thinner in a little bit of the flow medium. I'm really digging that flow medium. It does seem to help quite a bit. Oh, that got a little aggressive. The other thing, I know this is a no-no, but you can use that double action, just pushing the air out to help level the paint if you get a boo-boo, like what I got there. And I can tell you, over the white, it's going to take a lot of coats. That's it. Let's go ahead and put another coat on here. Let's see if we can't blow some of that off. We'll let that go. What I'm actually looking for out of this paint is to see if I can get that pearl effect. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up with this, and we will come back to you here in just a moment. And I will show you the results of this paint and let you draw you guys' own conclusions as far as the Seeker to the GH AD39. I'll go into that a little bit more at the end. Okay, we are back now with the results of our paint. Now, just to recap, we used these different primers. I used the Kaleido White, the Kaleido Gloss Black, the Hobby Lobby Airbrush brand Gray, which honestly comes out white, and the Hobby Lobby Black, which is basically a flat black primer. They all performed great. I used these different paints. I used the Hobby Lobby Air regular pink, the iridescent pink from the airbrush. I used a silver base on some of them, and I'll show you the results of those. I also used the Kaleido pink just to see what the differences were. And just for giggles, I thought, why don't we try the Folk Art color shift pink on, just see what happens. Now, just to give you guys a quick example, these are two of the same paints on different, or they're the same color paint. They are the Hobby Lobby pink. One is over the Hobby Lobby black primer. The other is over a Kaleido white. I mean, just look at the differences there in the paint. And you can bring up even another one here. This is a Hobby Lobby black and Kaleido pink. Whoop, lost it. Apparently this one's also got the iridescence on it. So there's gonna be a little, that didn't really change the color much, as opposed to changing the effect. And here we have a Kaleido white over Hobby Lobby pink and the iridescent pink. So it'd be much, I mean, the differences are amazing. None of these were quite what my wife was looking for. I honestly thought it'd be something more like this, which was just a Kaleido. Now this is the Kaleido white, Kaleido pink. You know, I honestly thought it'd be something a lot more like that she chose. But she did like the iridescent. This one here was a white primer with the Kaleido pink and the iridescent pink. So this stuff with this stuff over it. And I know the lighting here is not spectacular. I'm not sure if I start changing it too much, I'm gonna have other problems. So right now we're just gonna kind of have to deal. And this is Hobby Lobby gray with the Kaleido pink. So really, you get a lot of effects out of these. I mean, out of these paints. It's amazing. Now, as I was shooting them, I was bringing them into my wife, letting her take a peek at them. And we have this one, which is the Hobby Lobby Gray Primer, Hobby Lobby Pink, and then the Hobby Lobby Iridescent Pink. That was one that she had liked. Here's one that is Hobby Lobby gray with the gray primer with the silver and then the iridescent pink. She liked that as well. Whoop. Let me see if I can. This is a trick. Yeah, getting a spoon to stand on its end. That's not going to work so well, I guess. Well, we'll kind of just hold them like this. And then we have the Hobby Lobby gray over Kaleido pink over iridescent pink. She likes that one. And then this was the For Giggles test. The Kaleido black primer, Kaleido pink, the color, this is the Folk Art Color Shift. So, right there are the choices that my wife has decided she likes. And I do believe the one we're going with is right here for this bug. Let's get it out of the way. Get this stuff out here. For this vehicle right here that we're going to be painting up. I've started the body work on it, and it is going to be probably in primer today. And if I look at this, I guess I am going with a Hobby Lobby gray primer, and we are going to run with it from there. And the interior may wind up just staying that gray primer, and I will use some flocking material to give us the cloth seat impressions and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and shift the camera. We'll go ahead and get this video closed out. Well, there you go. That does it for the paint comparisons. Tell me what you guys think and how you guys feel about stuff like that, and if you guys want to see videos like this again. As you know, I also did a comparison between the Seeker and the event. No, this is the GHAD 39. They both, as far as comparisons, they're both very adequate airbrushes. I thought about adding my thoughts on the what is that, the Adventus airbrush, but the more I thought about it, that probably would not have been close to fair. That is a far superior airbrush to these, as far as quality, as far as feel, and as far as the way you hold them. You know, that one's got the, I can bring it out real quick. That one's got the kick down here, which for me feels a lot more comfortable. I enjoy using this, but not always. Every airbrush has its purpose, and that's what I'm learning going through all of this. This airbrush right here, the Gaahleri 39, is probably going to wind up being the airbrush I use for maybe clear coats or something that I'm not going to be handling. I don't have to do a lot of work with, you know, for long periods of time. For me, it gets to be a little bit tiring with my hand issues. So it will have a use. It's a good airbrush. I'm not going to complain about it. This one, just having this little cutout here, fits my hand a lot better. I kind of wish the trigger, actually I kind of wish the trigger was more like this one, had a little dimple in it. That little dimple is a nice, it just grabs your hand or your finger nicely and you know where you're at on the brush. This one does not. This is flat across the top right here, and you kind of lose your position with it. But it's got the ridges that go up and around, so there is that. You know, again, tactile issues, you know, nerve damage in the hands and stuff. So this brush will be used more often than this one. And, you know, again, I have this airbrush right here, my swallowtail. This is going to be my clear coating airbrush. At least clear coating for, let's say the Kaleido varnish, the varnish for the airbrush brand, the clear coat that Createx puts out. Those type of things will be used for this. That's what this airbrush will be used for. This airbrush is probably going to be used to do a lot of my spraying right now. A lot of my color put downs is probably going to be done with this. I like the fan cap. It's a very comfortable airbrush. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about it. Kind of wish this little bottom nut would stay a little bit better secure, because that loosens up, the handle gets a little loose, but this is probably going to be my go-to for putting down color. And I have, wow, this guy right here, which is a Sparmax side feed. This is my primer brush. It's got a 0.7 needle in it. No thinning required for the most part. Spray, go. This one's a little bit tougher to clean out because of the siphon, but being able to see right down the line here, you don't have the cup getting in your way. So again, it's this gun has a specific use. And to be honest with you, the Sparmax is the one I've had the longest. So, I mean, that was my third airbrush that I bought, and I think I've been running with that bad boy now for about 2.5 years. So, yeah, it too is a good airbrush. But when it comes down to these guys, I think this one runs somewhere around $40. This one runs somewhere around 55. This is definitely a little bit heavier airbrush, but they both feel good in the hand. They both have good weight. So with that, I think I've taken up enough of your guys' time. You guys have a safe 4th of July. Have fun. Get out there. Get to the bench when you can. Make sure you make family time. That's important. Now, a lot of this weekend for me is going to be spent family time. So hopefully doing a little bit of bench work today, and after that, probably won't be in here again till Sunday. So with that, you guys have fun building. We will catch you on the next one. If you would like a shop card or would like to exchange shop cards, please contact me at the email above and I will get one right out to you.